And so since that got destroyed, we actually ended up going to our favorite dim sum place. 2016, whew, things changed then, and it wasn't what I thought it was like at all. Welcome back to A Wanderlust for Life's Vlogmas Day 15. Yes, can you believe it's been 15 days? I can't, but I thought it was time to look at Christmases past in this video. So I'm gonna be going through with you the past 5 Christmases and then this year with you, a little trip down memory lane, let's say. And I do have footage from a lot of these, so you will be seeing old footage which should be really interesting, or photos, so stick around for that. And I have an exciting announcement at the end, so stick with me until then, please. But first, if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and do that. It's just a little button, it's a little red button down there, and then hit the bell so that you don't miss any of the videos coming up. I'd really appreciate it because all of that really helps me. It's so quick and easy to do. I have my hot chocolate. This is the vegan one that I made in the hot chocolate video. I'll leave the link down below if you're curious about this recipe. And yeah, this is just gonna be some story time. Our first Christmas in Amsterdam was in 2014, and it's so crazy to think that that was so long ago, and it feels like a lifetime ago actually. So our first Christmas, we actually spent Christmas Day, well, we were gonna spend it in our apartment. We had somebody come over, a new friend that we met, a fellow American, and she was gonna spend Christmas with us. But I got the wrong kind of meat that was mostly a bone. So it got overcooked in the combi oven, which is like some combination of a microwave oven, I don't know. It's tiny, it's really hard to figure out how to cook in, and so since that got destroyed, we actually ended up going to our favorite dim sum place for Christmas all together. But before we did that, we went to Cologne, Germany, and it was interesting because we booked an Airbnb and it was super duper sketch. I think it was in kind of like an assisted living almost kind of situation. Like it wasn't technically assisted living, but it was a bunch of older people. And the instructions were like, you know, don't tell them that it's Airbnb, just tell them you're visiting me. And we were new to all of this at that point, and it was just the most uncomfortable accommodation situation we've ever been in. But the Christmas markets were wonderful, but super duper crowded. I just remember going to the one that is under the big church. Like as soon as you go out of Central Station in Cologne, you'll see this big massive church. And there's not even enough room around it to usually get a proper picture. You have to have a super wide lens to get down really low. But there's this beautiful market that is right on the other side of it. And there's different markets throughout the whole city. And I think we hit them all. I'm pretty sure we hit them all. And it was kind of our introduction into German Christmas markets and what Christmas could be like in Europe. We're in Cologne, and you can see one of the Christmas markets behind me. This is the one of 7, I believe, and there's 2 right next to each other. So this is one, and then there's another one right over there, and we're trying to hit as many as we can so that we can see all that there is to see. So far we've seen a lot of really good food and some amazing crafts and everything Christmassy, and everybody just seems to be in the Christmas spirit. So we're excited to go and check them out. In 2015, we went back to Germany. We went to Hanover and Brunswick, which is Brunswick, I think, in German. So we went to Hanover on our own. Hello from Hanover. Hello. It's this guy's birthday. Yay! So we are at the Christmas market today. We've been given a beautiful, beautiful blue sky, sunny day to wander around the Christmas market, and we are just having some mead. We got some cherry and some cinnamon, and you can see it's almost gone. It's definitely completely gone. I think I have a little bit left in my cup. And then we met up with some friends from where we lived before we moved to Amsterdam in Virginia, and we went to the smaller town because it isn't just the big towns that have the German Christmas markets, the smaller ones have them as well. And I'd actually go as far to say as they're more enjoyable because there aren't so many people, but you'll still see the same kind of thing. You'll still see the foods and the crafts and the gifts and all of that. So I would really look into going to some of the smaller German towns for German Christmas markets, and definitely hit the bigger ones like on your way there because you'll have to go through a big city anyway. But that was just so much fun. Something I'll never forget. I'm just so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that we got to see friends from there, closer to where we live. Like, I just think that that is so special to me. Also that year we went to Haarlem. Today we are in Haarlem, which is right outside of Amsterdam, and one weekend a year they have a beautiful and amazing Christmas market, and we are gonna take you along and show you what it's all about. We worked with Carlton Square Hotel, and it was the first, I think, brand we ever worked with, and it was just come and stay, go to the Christmas market and write about it, and that's what we did, and it was so much fun. This Christmas market takes over basically all of downtown, and it's so amazing and beautiful and festive. I think that if you come to Amsterdam around Christmas time, definitely see if the Haarlem Christmas market is on. It's one weekend in December, normally, not this month, but there's a stage with dancing and there's food and there's this and that. It's so nice, and it was a great memory to have. We don't have a whole lot of Christmas markets in the Netherlands. There are a few quite special ones, and to me, that's one of them. 2016, ooh, things changed then. We actually went away for Christmas. So these other times, we just went away like a couple weekends before and really had a Christmas experience, but it wasn't Christmas yet. 2016 changed all of that. We were determined to have a destination Christmas, and we definitely did, and it wasn't what I thought it was like at all. Merry Christmas from the Old Town Square in Prague, where we are at the Christmas market, which is very much hopping even on Christmas Day. So we're gonna take you along and show you what the Christmas market on Christmas is all about. We found a great place to stay, we were in a great area, all of that was wonderful. The markets were really nice. I'd say the best market in Prague is probably the one by the castle. There are a ton of tour groups around, but they just all left, at least for a little bit. And I love how not so crowded it is, because I actually really hate crowds. It's just really bad for Christmas market. And you really have to get your Christmas Eve and Christmas Day food situation settled before you arrive, because everything gets booked out, and if you're not in a self-catering apartment to where you can like make your own food, you might get stuck not having anywhere to eat. And actually what happened to us, so we had friends that were also going to Prague and staying literally across the street from us. We didn't plan that at all, but it was super cool because somebody from Amsterdam was also going, and so we got together for Christmas dinner. And I had booked it, I had the reservation and everything. And we get there and they're like, we don't have your reservation. That is not what you want to hear on Christmas Day when everything is completely booked out. Luckily, they made space for us. I still don't know what happened because I did what I was supposed to do. And it was delicious. And Prague is a cheaper place to go, and it's super festive. So if there's one place I would suggest if you want to go somewhere for Christmas, Prague is a great option, but it is very crowded, very crowded. It's very popular normally, not just at Christmas. So at Christmas time, it gets elevated a little bit, but great city to spend Christmas in. 2017, we went to Frankfurt, Germany. Yes, it's German Christmas market is a tradition. That's why it makes sense, right? Frankfurt is somewhere that Sean would go a lot for work, so he knows it fairly well. And so we decided, well, we'll do Christmas markets there. Unfortunately, I was sick the whole time. So we do have video from there, but I was sick the whole time, and I was just trying to put on such a good face for it. That's the one thing about creating videos, is you may not be in the mood, you may not feel well, but you still put it on. Welcome back to A Wanderlust for Life on YouTube. Today we are in Frankfurt, Germany, exploring the Christmas market. So we found a bonfire. It's like this. 2018. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't wait to tell you about this. So we didn't really do Christmas markets except here in Amsterdam. Sometimes you'll find things on Remmertplein, which is in the center, but they've actually been scaling back their Christmas stuff. And that's not just because of coronavirus. That started last year. But we did go to Singapore right before. Merry Christmas! And they had all their Christmas decorations out, and we got back a few weeks before Christmas. So it was kind of like we did Christmas a little bit, but a little different. But that meant that being at home, we just cozied up and stayed home for Christmas in 2018. 2019 was so much fun, and I think it was the perfect Christmas prior to 2020 because we went to Dusseldorf and Bonn, which are in Germany. Sean has been to Bonn before for a conference, and Dusseldorf, I think, have we both been there? Can't remember, but it was so much fun. It was cold, it felt festive. Bonn is a bit of a smaller town, and so it has a smaller but very popular Christmas market. In this video, we're taking you to Bonn, Germany for the German Christmas market. And we just like ate our way through it. It was so good, but it was also very, very busy. So they're part of Bonn, I think it's part of Bonn, at least the metro or tram goes there. SIEGBURG, I think. That was super cute. So we got out of the station, walked a little ways, and then we were greeted with this tiny little Christmas market on this tiny little square, and it was so cute and authentic and friendly. It wasn't done up, like it was decorated, but it wasn't meant for tourists. I really felt like this was the community Christmas market. We had Spätzle, we had like ham hock, we had like, it was so delicious, and everybody was just so nice. I'm really glad that we went out of our way to go there because, like I said, sometimes the big ones are great, but you can't really beat the small town kind of vibe when you're talking these big festive Christmas markets. And on that note, I have kind of an exciting announcement. Sean and I are gonna put on our own German Christmas market in the house next weekend, or this weekend. So you don't wanna miss it. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'm really looking forward to it. We have a couple things that we're gonna make at home. We'll have mulled wine, we'll have cheese sausage. Super excited about that because we looked really hard for cheese sausage. Hopefully we'll have some Spätzle and some other little goodies that you'll definitely find at any Christmas market. I cannot wait. But 2019 is not over yet because we went to Gothenburg, Sweden. It was so interesting because we went up there kind of as a foodie adventure, not so much for the Christmas market. And the Christmas market was fine. It was in like a theme park, but it wasn't super, I don't know. It just felt like a theme park, but it was very beautiful. And there was also good drinks, good food. We still have some drinks here. It was very much an experience, but I would definitely go to Gothenburg again for the food, absolutely. Maybe not so much for the Christmas market, but that's okay. It was still a phenomenal trip, and my favorite part was having, is it an omakase? Where the chef picks everything out and it's a Japanese tradition. Oh my gosh, I still dream about that. So what's going on this year? 2020, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be just the two of us. And like I said, we're gonna try to make a German Christmas market next weekend. Emphasis on the try. And we'll probably have a lovely Christmas meal here, watch Christmas movies. I just want it to feel festive, and I want it to feel like just full of love, and it will be. So yeah, that's our plans for this year. I hope you've enjoyed this little trip down memory lane. If you did, go ahead and give the video a like, and I cannot wait to share more with you over the next few days of Vlogmas. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!